Alright, so we've done a bit of grinding, we've done a bit of preparing, we've done a bit of walking through the forest. I think it's about time that we get started back on our journey. Hello everyone, this is JW Vincent, and welcome back to the Year in Gaming. We're playing a little bit more Quest 64. We're back in the Connor Forest. Ah, I'm out of mana, I see. Okay. We're back in the Connor Forest, and today, guys, we're going to try to get through the Connor Forest. That's the goal, make it through. You'll notice that today we did not upload a Final Fantasy II video on my other channel. There's a darn good reason for that. We are in no position to. I have not progressed enough to... We picked up 2 more spirits off camera while I was working on leveling up a little bit. I hope you'll forgive me for that. Alright. 2 froggy knights. Rock! Oh, just one frog. Okay, that's fine. And miss, that's good. That's freaking excellent, actually. It's exactly what we were hoping for, big miss. Oh, no, I missed again. Crap. Well, just goes to show you can't trust your own 2 left feet. That's what it goes to show, yep. I gotta tone this game down a little bit. I don't think you can hear it very much, but I can hear it overly well. Hey, we got Spirit Armor level 1. I started leveling up our Earth magic, and the reason being, I watched another video, another speed run, or no, it was just a long play, but whatever. It's basically a speed run. They beat the game in like 3 hours or something. That's a speed run as far as I'm concerned. Even if it's not like a great speed run, even if it's not the best speed run, it's still arguably a speed run. Anyway, they recommended, and they did, getting your earth magic up to level 50 and your water magic up to close that in the Connor Forest. I know what you're saying. Your earth magic's not nearly level 50. How are you going to get through the Connor Forest? Well, we're going to go through it together, and then I'm going to turn around and go back through it a couple of times. Supposedly, by the time you get to the end of it, if you've been grinding properly or progressing properly, you should have no trouble anyway. Like, you should naturally hit that 50 mark. What's this do? Just reduce the damage right now? Defense up. Yeah, okay. Their comment said something about becoming completely invulnerable to damage, but I don't know how far into it you have to get. Haha, that's 2 dead. Yeah, come over here. Whoops. You didn't see anything. Oh, that did no damage. See? No damage. That did no damage as well. Bonk. Yeah. Yeah! Woo! So I did a bit of customization on our audio filters. There should be slightly less background noise. I was preparing to record with the door open so I could get that constant flow of fresh air, but guess what? It creates a little bit more noise than I was willing to take. I have background noise, there's no doubt about it. There's no way to get rid of it entirely at the moment in my current state. But I knew that I could eliminate most of it. So I did. I eliminated most of it. I changed the noise gate timers and amped up the noise suppression as far as it could go, so I may not be quite as loud as I want to be. I'm gonna try to speak louder, but there's no promises that I'll be audible the whole time. I intend to be. Don't misunderstand. I'm not trying to hide my voice. I'm not trying to disappear into the background while I play this game. Otherwise, I'd just play no commentary games. But I don't do that. I don't upload a lot of no commentary videos because I like commentating. Now, on the other hand, I also like being able to record videos without worrying about everyone in the background, and for that reason, I do occasionally do no commentary videos and just upload them to my other channel, and I'm just like, there you go, that's what you get. That's what you get today. You get some no commentary Guild 2 videos. Have fun with them. You know, have a field day with them. Learn what not to do in the Guild 2. Have a guild day with them. Yeah, that was stupid, wasn't it? I'm sorry. So yeah, we're gonna press forward. Oh, look at that. We're right over here now. There was a gate we missed last time. You couldn't go through the gate, so it didn't really matter that we missed it. But there was a gate that we did miss. And now we're going through this gate. Ooh, where are we going, though? Ooh, what is this? Ooh. I was very careful not to watch anything past where I was at. Solvaring.
What's this? What business do you have in the castle of Solvaring, king of beasts? Is that foreign dog around, or are you to come after me? Idiocy! I stole the Art Orb, and it is all mine. With it, I'll become the ruler of Kinnish here. I'll show you humans what real power is.
Spirit armor. Here we go. Bring it on, bruh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's gonna hit me. Oh, no. Ooh. That's a big hit area. That's a big hit area. HP 200. Oh, no. No, sir. No, thank you. No, thank you, sir. Oh, thank you, sir. You're too kind. It said miss? How does my self boost miss? I don't feel like I need to cast level 3. I think I just need to cast level... Ooh. I need to put distance between me and him. That's the difference between me and you. What are you? Oh, it doesn't say anymore. I lost my searchy search. What? What fresh heck is this? I'm gonna die. Oh no. I see why they said you needed to grind in that forest. You can't get into melee range with him. I see. Do not get into melee range. Should I lose my progress? Did I lose the half hour or so? No, because I wake up at 1 health in the end. Okay. And I have 78 health as opposed to the 76 or 77 that I left off with. I don't remember exactly how many. Yeah, see, I definitely... No, I don't need to continue saving. Thank you. Alright, guys, we made it to our first real boss fight, and we died. There's a lesson in this. If you have the ability to grind, thou ought to grind much. Much grinding ought be done when one grinding canst do. Yep, that was English. My most sincere apologies. I don't mean to sound like an idiot all the time. It just happens. It just happens. Guys, playing Quest 64, and it is fun, and we just got our butt handed to us by a boss, teaching the necessity of early grinding. I suppose there's probably more than one way to go at Solvaring. Like, one method is to level up your earth magic as much as possible, but another method is probably to just be skillful. Ah, yes, the Dark Souls of Nintendo 64 RPGs, Quest 64, everyone knows it. I should tell my friend. She loves Dark Souls. She's all about how great Dark Souls is. And don't get me wrong, Dark Souls is great, I'm sure. But she's like, there's no game more difficult than Dark Souls. And I'm like, maybe? But Dark Souls does have like a level up system. You can get stronger in Dark Souls to the point that the challenges are at least slightly reduced. And she's like, no, leveling up doesn't help. And I'm like, oh, okay. if you say so. But you go beat Mega Man X without the Hadouken and see how you do. You go see how you do without Hadouken in Mega Man X. Go ahead. Do it. You can't platform to save your life. Some people are just suited to Dark Souls-like gameplay. I'm not. I hate it. I hate everything about it. I play games like that and I'm like, this is intentionally balanced against me. I die in 3 hits. What is that? And it's not like, oh, I die in 3 hits. But like, I'll play first-person shooters and stuff where you die in 1 or 2 hits. Like, I get what's happening there. It's you shoot them first or you die. But in Dark Souls, it's you stab them 454 times first or you die. And I'm like, that's not a game, that's a pain. It's hurt, is what it is. And I see the allure of Dark Souls. I'm not bashing Dark Souls. I like it. I like the idea of it. I like the difficulty of it. It's just not for me. It's not my difficulty. I don't particularly care for the Mega Man games because they're so freaking difficult. I don't like hard games. I don't mind a difficulty. Like, that's fine. Make it a challenge to get to the end of the game. Whatever. Just don't make me spend like 200 hours getting to the end of the game. Final Fantasy. The difference is Final Fantasy is just a long game. It's not a game that forces you to repeat scenarios over and over and over again. Well, except for random battles. But you know, that's Final Fantasy. That's just what that is. There is no getting around that. No. We need to back up a little bit. There we go. I did it wrong again. Oh well. I was apparently in the area and just missed. It was completely irrelevant. There we go. Both dead. Boom. Just like that. Boop. I have conflicting. I am ready to admit that I have hypocritical moments sometimes, and sometimes my views are completely contrary to what I've said before. One moment I'll say Dark Souls is a terrible game because I don't like the difficulty of it. The next I'll say Dark Souls is a great game because it's not bad for the game to be difficult. But either way, I'm not going to go out of my way to just play Dark Souls. Like, you're not going to see me sitting on a couch just playing Dark Souls because Dark Souls. You're just not. I couldn't eliminate it either. I was trying to get rid of this area. Oh, it's this area. Oh. Anyway, I was trying to get rid of this, and I couldn't without bringing the camera up. So whatever, just gonna... There we go. Perfect. Now you can't see it. I have spawn figures down below this shelf lid. Come here, Malvoltia. Show the world your beautiful face. Check that out. Yeah, it's real neat, isn't it? You want it? I sell it to you. I sell it on eBay. You go find on eBay. I sell to you. I think I did sell my last Malvoltia figure. Actually, this is my only one I have left. I'll happily sell it. That's why I have it, so I can sell it. That's why people collect things, so they can sell their collections. Or not. You might have a collection just so that you can have a collection, but, you know. It's all very dependent. Oh. What do you mean, what am I doing? I'm going back to fight him again. Isn't that how you do this? You go back and you fight him again until you learn all his patterns, and then you just kind of beat him because you're so good at the game? She says, I don't learn patterns, I just flail about. That proves even more that the leveling up in Dark Souls is important. If you can lose to a boss like 37 times, come back and beat it using the same strategy you failed with 37 times, first of all, that's called insanity. You need to get yourself checked out. But secondly, if it works, not only is it insanity, but you're insane to say that the things leading up to it don't improve your chances. Obviously, if you do the exact same thing over and over again, and eventually it succeeds, you have not just gotten lucky, you have improved. But not you as a player, because if you as a player improved, you would be learning patterns and adapting to the fight. And eventually you'd go through the fight without taking any damage, and you'd be like, haha, I got more skillful. If your strategy is to go through the fight taking all the hits, but kill him anyway, then your strategy is one of grinding. One of infinite grinding. One of Final Fantasy style grinding. You have to be aware of it. All I'm saying is, if you don't change your strategies in a game known for extreme difficulty and a reliance on strategic combat, then what you're doing is improving your character, not yourself. I turned around, didn't I? I sure did. I don't even understand how. But I sure did. I turned right around. I was so caught up talking about Dark Souls that I'm facing the wrong direction. Let's just turn around here. Go there. Oh, miss. Okay. That's two dead. Tavari, king of beasts. Is he the thief, you think? That doesn't make sense. Then you would call himself thief, right? Unless everyone sort of just misunderstood his intentions and he's not a thief at all. Oh well. In that case, oh well. Oh, missed. Not a good sign when your magic tsunami misses. Not a good sign at all. Alright, this time I'm going the right way, right? I've not turned around again. I've not, have I? It sure would suck to be facing the wrong direction again. It doesn't matter, like I said, we have to grind. I could go any direction and I still have to grind, so whatever. Rock! I cast rock. Or she's like, don't use the chain and whip. It sucks. How bad could it possibly be? Why is it in the game if it completely sucks? And yeah, I know that every game has a weapon that's worse than the others. And like, I understand that Dark Souls is particularly noted for the ability to increase the difficulty. Cane whip. Not chain whip. Cane whip. But, and it's not Dark Souls, it's Bloodborne. I guess they're different, right? Kind of different. Anyway, she's like, don't use that, it's stupid. And I'm like, it's cool aesthetically, and it cannot be as bad as you think it is. Or else, people wouldn't beat the game with it on a regular basis. And she's like, no, it's stupid. And while I will confess that I did not do well while I was playing Bloodborne, I did not get past the first boss, I don't think that was so much the fault of my cane whip. It was more so the fault of the lack of magic. I should have had more magic is what it is. Oh, that thing's huge, okay. I was like, why can't I come up here? It's because that thing's in the way. Eat this? Aha! I have dispersed you. That. I need to go. Wrong way. It was this way, right? I don't know which way to go. I do not like this. Alright, I feel like when I passed through the branch that arches over the path, the branch was on my left, right? If that's the case, I need to be going this way. Which is the way it had me facing, right? God, this is so stupid. It doesn't matter, I need to level up anyway. Like, the rest of it is irrelevant, I need to be killing things. I could really go for some more magic points. Not that I'm finding, like, a need for all my magic points. Like, for the most part, I don't need a lot of magic points as far as I can tell. I'm able to cast level 3 spells on 7 enemies in a row, and I still have magic points to spare. Magic points with which to heal at the end of the fight. See? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Alright, now we go this way. I guess. Maybe. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? There's a pretty reasonable chance that I'm going the wrong way again. I have no idea. Do you have any idea? Really? Boom. Oh, I missed the frog. That sucks. She got a computer today, or she's getting a computer today. It's funny. I actually feel kind of bad because I may have coincidentally convinced her to do this, and I know that she didn't want to do it, but she's trading her. Now, mind you, I didn't tell her to do this. Like, this is a decision she and her brother came to on their own. I had no influence on this outside of prior conversations, but she's trading her Nintendo Switch for a laptop. And I'm like, okay. I don't understand because you were all about how you've been all about, like from the beginning, how console gaming is better and laptops are garbage. That you're trading your newest console for a laptop. And frankly, it might just be because all of her friends, because she has a lot, her friends are PC gamers, and as a result, when she hangs out with us, she has nothing to do but play her Switch while we play PC games, or play old console games that actually support 4-player functionality without buying 4 $75 controllers. That's a problem for a different day. Did I mention I don't like the Switch? I like the games that are on the Switch. Maybe. I did not just see that. I did not just see that. I did not go the wrong way. Aside from, again, I have no interest in Breath of the Wild. Like, everyone's like, Breath of the Wild is the best. And I'm like, that's what everyone said about literally every Zelda game ever. Every time a Zelda game comes out, everyone's like, this is the best. And I'm like, that's what you said about the last one. And yes, that's the way patterns are supposed to go. Like, the game should constantly be improving. But I played Wind Waker. I liked it less than any Zelda that came before it, except maybe Zelda 2. I played Twilight Princess. I liked it less than any Zelda that came before it, aside from the Wind Waker, because it was the worst. And of course Zelda 2, because it's the second worst. Or, it's the worst. Wind Waker's the second, whatever. And then I played Skyward Sword, and I didn't play enough of Skyward Sword to really get a feel for it, but I didn't like the fact that I rode a chocobo through the sky. It was weird, but that's probably the worst I can say about that one. Instead, it's just weird. I don't know. I'd have to play that one more to give it a place on my list of worst Zelda incarnations. Or worst Link incarnations. I guess I don't base my opinion of Zelda games on their Zelda incarnations. If that were the case, I'd probably like Wind Waker the best because Zelda was a pirate and that was cool. But, you know, assuming that we're looking at the links and the quests the links go on, Majora's Mask is the best. And it will always be the best. And part of the reason I like Majora's Mask may very well be just the masks. Like, everyone's like, Ocarina's... Not everyone. A lot of people recognize Majora's Mask for the masterpiece that it is. But a few of my friends are like, well, Ocarina's clearly superior to Majora's Mask. And I'm like, how? It is literally the inferior game. In every way except in originality, which I grant you, everything in Majora's Mask is copy-pasted from Ocarina of Time. Like, fine, you're right about that. There's nothing original in Majora's Mask, but that doesn't make it a bad game. There's nothing original in any of the Zelda games, really. Everything in a Zelda game is borrowed from a previous entry, except the first Zelda game. Like, from there, you get different characters. Yes, certainly, there are different characters. You get different equipment, there are different play styles, yes. But, it's still Zelda. I think I just turned around again. I really hope I didn't, but it doesn't matter. Even if I did, it doesn't matter because I need to level up. That's what we're here for. Alright, check it out. I don't know what the fastest way to level up is. I'm going to use Cutter a lot and see what that does. I'm just going to look away from the screen. I'm going to walk back and forth right here. I'm just going to pace. You guys, because I'm going to keep talking, so you guys can stay here and listen. I'm going to keep talking. We're kind of grinding at the moment. There's not really any reason. There's not even any real reason for me to stay in the frame, you know? I could just walk back and forth out of frame, and what's it going to hurt? It's not going to hurt anything, really, you know? Except for when I'm too lazy to create my own thumbnails, so YouTube generates its own thumbnail, and it happens to be a thumbnail where I'm not in the frame. That could be a problem, but you take that out of the picture, what's the biggest problem that you get here? My voice cuts in and out because I'm not facing the mic the whole time? Yeah, well, sometimes you make sacrifices. I'm not really going to do that this whole time. If I did, though, you'd only get like 30 minutes of it at most, because we're already 27 minutes deep! Yay! Do you think we should go ahead and try our hand at that boss again? I feel like we should be able to beat him, right? Alright, I think I'm fairly confident I figured this out. I think when Brian jumps at the end of the fight and spins, he always spins to face the direction he was facing before the fight started. That might be right. Then again, that might be wrong. We'll find out. If he's facing toward the tree with the root in it, we know that we're facing the direction we were before, and that it's the wrong direction. On the other hand, if he's not, I will never be able to tell what direction I'm going in this dark forest. Can I hit them both? Yeah, I can. Neat. Neato. Alright, he turned to face the tree. Okay, so we go this way, again, for the umpteenth time. Ooh, did you see that lag? Oof, I dropped frames again. That just goes to show how pretty this game is. It's so pretty it is making a console drop frames. In an old console, and lots of modern consoles drop frames all the time. Well, whatever. That's not an argument. Shut up. You shut up. I wrote a 1,000-word essay on how this world sucks this morning before I got out of bed. So don't tell me what an argument is. All I'm saying. I really did. That's not a joke. I really did. I wrote it. I posted it to my vocal media. It's not really. Oh my god, I did it again. It's not really an essay so much as it is a like a just a series of statements and analyses. But check it out. Check it out. All right, and look, I've already analyzed this. I know that there are problems. There are a lot of problems with the logic I'm about to present. But check this out. There are 3 million nurses in the United States. 3 million. There are 1 million doctors in the United States. That's 4 million medical professionals. Okay? 4 million people trained to administer medicine to the ill, and partially to diagnose problems. Okay? 4 million of them. There are 300 million people in this country. So here's the problem I see. Unless an entire 1% or more of our population is sick and needs a medical professional, some of those people are not being used. They're just not. And on the other end of that spectrum, if we run into a situation where an epidemic of some sort happens and we need doctors en masse, we do not have enough medical professionals to deal with it. Right? Zombie outbreak. You're like, oh, well, we have 4 million doctors. We have 4 million doctors to 300 million people. There's no way. And on the other end of that spectrum, sprained ankle. Well, we have 14 nurses waiting for you. 14 of them just in your town alone. Some of them possibly unemployed. Yeah, some of them not employed. So there you go. But I took a look at it. I took a look at that 1 million doctors. All right, check it out. Some of those are neurosurgeons, right? They get paid a lot of money, okay? Some of those are, I said neurosurgeons. Some of those are surgeons. They get paid a lot of money, okay? Some of those are specialists that get paid a lot of money, okay? Some of those are general diagnoses doctors. They just diagnose things. But they work for big hospitals and get paid a lot of money. But check this out. The average pay for family practitioners, family practice doctors, pediatricians, and psychiatrists, which by the way are apparently the 3 lowest paid doctoral fields. So watch out. Medical doctoral fields, which probably means they're the 3 lowest paid doctoral fields. But those 3, on average, make $198,000 a year. $198,000 a year. Now, I did some more math. Check this out. There are 553,000 homeless people in the United States. Okay? 553,000. A 4-person household in New York can live on $48,000 a year. That's like the average. Okay, let me rephrase that. The average cost of living for a 4-person household in New York is $48,000 and some odd dollars per year. That means that if 5%, if you got all the first of all, you got all the homeless in the United States and grouped them into 4-member households, and you moved them all to New York because reasons, and 5%, just 5% of those 1 million doctors, that's, I don't remember, 50,000 or something. I think it's 50,000. If 50,000 doctors forego receiving excessive amounts of money, how do I keep getting turned around? If they forego receiving money in excess of the average 4-person household in New York, that 5% of doctors could house every homeless person registered in America. Now, there are so many problems with that, it's not even worth talking about in a realistic sense. Like, yeah, the math's sound. The math is sound as all get out, for sure. If you found 50,000 altruistic doctors who were like, yeah, sure, I'll give up $150,000 a year to feed and clothe the homeless and give them homes. Feed, clothe, and home the homeless. Sure, I'd do that. Yeah, okay, you find those 50,000 doctors. Trust me, I'm all for it. That's great. Here's the problem. What you've done now is introduce a system where 553,000 people are living comfortably, because this is a comfortable average household cost of living. You've introduced 553,000 people to comfortable living at no cost to themselves. They have done nothing. They've done nothing for it. They benefit society in no way. How do they benefit in society? They're no longer at your gas stations asking you for money to buy beer. Because I'm fairly certain that that comfortable cost of living includes alcohol. But it may not. Who knows? But, like, there you go. That's it. That's all you have to do. 50,000 doctors who don't want to live in luxury. And, like, I see all of the problems with it, believe you me. Like, first of all, those doctors probably still have educational expenses. I get that. Yeah. You can't actually ask them to give up $150,000 a year, because they went to school anywhere from 8 to 20 years to get to that point. Like, yeah, asking them to give up $150,000 is ridiculous per year. But then, if you went into the medical field to make money, what are you doing? Who are you? What monster goes into a field specifically dedicated to helping people to make money? And I'm not saying, oh, I can make money doing this, so I'm going to do it, is a bad thing. What I'm saying is, I don't like this at all, but I can make money doing it, so I'm going to do it. That's a problem. And not all doctors are like that. I'm sure most doctors are in the medical field to help people. Most of them say, I'm going to save a life today. Every day when they wake up, they say, I'm going to save a life. I'm going to save multiple lives. I'm going to help whoever I can. And then they drive to work in their Mercedes. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. They put on their nice, fancy clothes. They put on their $300 watch. They drive to work in their Mercedes. They order filet mignon for lunch. And they hire an expensive prostitute and do cocaine that night. That was not very family friendly of me. Oh well. Pardon my French. How? How am I turned around again? All I'm doing is pressing forward at the end of these fights. I don't understand. Again, it doesn't matter. We're grinding. That's not... Those two behaviors don't add up. If you're in that field to help people, you should be trying to help people. Plain and simple. That should be your goal. Your end goal should be helping. Your end goal should be helping people. It should not be living a life of luxury. Is it bad to live a life of luxury? No. Well, arguably yes. Arguably living a life of luxury is a bad thing because it corrupts you. And why should you get to live in luxury when other people have to live in poverty? That's not right. No, it's right. If you work really hard for your luxury, you deserve it. You deserve every moment of luxury. But at the same time, how can you live with yourself living in luxury and not helping the world at large at all? And that's another thing. We have 553,000 homeless people in our country. That's not a lot, I grant you. 300 million people compared to 553,000, that's like drop in the bucket. I can drop 2 zeros off of the 300 million to make it 3 million. I can drop 2 zeros off of 300 to make it 3. So it's a million. So it's 1/1 millionth of the population. Is that right? Wait, no, 300 people. 553,000 people, not 300 people. What the heck am I doing? So if we round those down to 300,500,000, we drop those 5 zeros off of 500,000. 4 zeros off of 500,000. Wow, I am having a field day with numbers today. 4 zeros off of 500. It is 5 zeros. Shut up, I had it right. 5 zeros off of 500,000. 5 zeros off of 300 million. Bring 300 million down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 3,000, right? So it's 5 into 3,000, and that's what? 0.6% or something like that? 5 into 3,000. We're going to 36 times. That leaves us with 2 zeros onto that, 600. So 1/600th. 1/600th of the population is homeless. That's all. Just 1/600. That's not a problem. Why would it be? 1/600th of the population? You think that's a problem? It is. Why do we have 1/600th of our population homeless? And we're sending things to other countries? Like, don't get me wrong, help other countries. Certainly. Fix our problems at home first. Then help other countries. What? Oh, we're not... No, I hear you. Yeah, the people at home who are homeless are worthless drunks, drug heads. Not all of them, first of all, not all of them. Some of them are veterans. Fought for your freedom, is the argument. How dare you send money to African children instead of these veterans who need help? Is one argument. On the other end of it, you're technically saying they can help themselves because they live in the land of the free. If they choose not to benefit by their own hands, why should we help them? Okay, I hear that, yeah. And the African children can't help themselves. Yeah, I hear that, you're right. Technically, it is beyond their capability to help. Look at this, though. To help themselves. It is beyond their capability to help themselves. If you eliminate 553,000 homeless people, eliminate being the wrong term, because then it sounds messed up. If you take those 553,000 people off the street, put them into homes where they can be productive members of society, they are then contributing to the future ability to help other countries, because now you literally don't have an excuse to use those funds inside the country. Like those help these people get off their feet funds, then go somewhere else afterwards. And you have 553,000 additional people who are able to add to that. Right? Also, another fun little thing, and I didn't get a chance to look at this. I literally only looked at the homeless versus the doctors thing. By the way, if a zombie outbreak happened and it only affected the homeless, we could have 2 doctors and 6 nurses to every single homeless person. Holy crap, recorded homeless person. If you're not like registered as homeless or however that works, technically you're not counted in that survey. So there's definitely more than 553,000 homeless people in the United States. But, you know, it's impossible to account for them. It's just not something we can account for in the moment. How? Alright, I was running straight toward that house, right? So when I get out of this fight, I should be facing straight toward that house. We'll see what happens. We're done talking for a second. I'm done spitting my liberal views in your face for just a second. Or whatever my views are, liberal, conservative. They're not conservative. I guess they're liberal. I don't know. Alright, so yeah, I was facing the house. So theoretically, I should always be facing the direction that I was facing before. So if I just hold forward and slightly adjust to stay on the road, I should have no problem. Currently, the road is facing almost due north. Yeah, so it should be due north at the end of this fight. Alright, back to whatever the heck I was saying. It was stupid, whatever it was, I'm sure. Rolling rock. That did not go forward like I thought it would. It went sideways. I'm a little disappointed in that. Now, let's do that again, though. I missed again. Alright. I don't know the numbers on this one, okay? I don't know the numbers on this. But, and I don't know the truth of this. So don't go off quoting me like this guy said. This guy is a YouTuber who has no idea what he's talking about, except that he's read a little bit about it. Alright. There are a lot of unemployed people in the United States. I don't know the exact number. I tried to look into it, and I got conflicting information to the point that the number of unemployed people in the United States over the age of 16 are 4,100. The number of unemployed people between the ages of 16 and 19 are 14,300, and I was like, I'm gonna be reading something wrong, and that's gotta be what it was. I had to have been reading something wrong, otherwise it wouldn't have been an official government document that wrong. So, I saw a blog post by an a-hole. And there is no other way to describe this person except that they are an a-hole. Because the blog post says something to the effect of, why am I facing the wrong direction? Okay, I was facing the wrong direction because I adjusted my direction already. Alright, now we should be going due south. This seems wrong. I feel like this is where I keep getting turned around at. We'll see. We're facing due south now. Cannot reach. Alright. So, the name of the blog post is Why You're Unemployed and How to Fix It, or something like that. It's like, what to do if you find yourself unemployed and unable to find a job. Some crap like that. And, first of all, you know the guy's an a-hole, because I'm not going to make you go read the article. I can't even tell you the article name if I wanted to, because I don't know it exactly. But I do remember, at one point, he said, and if you still can't find a job, just give up on life. Whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. If you literally have people pulling up this article who are saying, I cannot find a job, I need help, and then they get into your article and you tell them to give up on life, you have made a mistake. On so many levels. You may cause someone to harm or kill themselves because you were too insensitive of an a-hole to realize that whoever was reading your article is going to be a little sensitive, which is why they're reading your article. And you told them to basically kill themselves. Congratulations, you a-hole. Alright, let's just keep following this road. I may have gotten mixed up several times, and I don't know if I've walked past this tree enough or not, really. I'm just not certain if I've walked past this tree enough. Alright, so there's one thing. Like, whoa, bad. And then, it's your fault that you're unemployed, because you're lazy. If you have a degree and you're unemployed, it's because your degree is in basket weaving. And it goes on and on and on. And first of all, a degree in basket weaving is better than no degree at all, it should be said. 100% of the time, if you completed school and got a degree in basket weaving, you should be considered better than someone who does not have a degree in basket weaving, unless you prove yourself inept at your job and the other person proves themselves adept at their job. And in that case, the other person who has considerable experience in the field you're hiring in should be considered before the person with a degree in basket weaving. Because they at least have experience and have proven to be capable of doing the job you're seeking them to do. Alright. That's a side point, though. So, the guy goes on to say, I work at a firm or he may not have said firm. He may have said business or something. I don't remember exactly the terminology he said, but he said, I work at a firm, quote unquote, unquote unquote, where we are filtering through hundreds of applications per day and turning people away. We are always hiring. No, you're not. No, you're not. If you are always in need of someone to fill a position, but you are turning away hundreds of applications every day, you are not always hiring. What you are doing is creating false hope. Much like your article did when it said, this is how you can improve your life, and then you told them to kill themselves. That's a problem. That's a problem. I'm gonna go past the 55-minute mark at this rate, and I don't care. We'll go an hour, hour and a half. I am having fun ranting. So, it's your fault. I work at a company that's hiring every day, but we're not hiring anyone at any point. And what are the qualifications on your they're just not good enough, you say? They're just not good enough. How do you know that? How the heck can you know that someone is not good enough if you do not hire them? Okay? I get that there are like these personality tests that you take every single time you put in an application for anywhere. I know because I filled them out, and they're tricky and stupid. They have questions like, how confident are you in your ability to sell a dishwasher? That is wholly dependent on the other party. I could sell a dishwasher. Yeah. Yeah, you give me someone who's looking for a dishwasher, I'll sell a dishwasher like that. I'll be like, you want a dishwasher? Here's a dishwasher. It's sold. It's done. You give me somebody who came in looking for rabbit slippers, I can't sell them a dishwasher. Sorry, hate to tell you this, not happening. Was this not on the left side of the screen last time? But, you know, like, this is a different question. And obviously the correct answer is 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5, I am certain that I could sell a dishwasher. And then there are questions like, well, how much sales experience do you have? What kind of sales? What kind of sales? I worked for 4 years in a call center. I sold cable, internet, phone. I sold them. I upgraded them. I did upgrade sales. I sold HBO, Stars, Cinemax, Showtime. I sold them all. People were stupid enough to buy them. Even the crappy ones. People bought the crappy ones. Like Stars? Oh, yeah, I'll buy Stars. No, Stars is garbage. Why would you buy that? Hey, but if you buy Stars, we'll throw in, I don't remember. It's not Showtime. Showtime, HBO. Is it Stars and Cinemax that come in a bundle? And maybe that's not everywhere. Maybe Stars and Cinemax don't come in a bundle everywhere. I feel like it's Stars and Cinemax. If you subscribe to Stars for 6 months right now, we'll include Cinemax free for 6 months. No, we don't. Cinemax is a feature of the Stars package. And they'll be like, oh, hey. So do I have to stay subscribed for 6 months? Well, let me let you in on a little secret. No, because you don't have a contract. So if you just want Stars for 3 months, just call in 3 months and cancel, and we'll take it off there for you. Free of charge. But I'm going to leave a note on your account so that they know that you spoke to me. You can get that done. Sell it to them. Yeah, sure, I can sell whatever you want me to. I can lie about it if I need to. That's what salesmanship is. It's lying. No, it's not. It's just making things sound better than they actually are. It's not lying, per se. It's just saying that they're better than they actually are. Which is fine. That's perfectly acceptable. Or it should be, anyway. Like, you wouldn't do it. Like, if it was your job, you wouldn't be doing the exact same thing. Don't give me that crap. You would, too. Oh, but, okay, so you're not interested in my over-the-phone salesmanship skills. Those obviously can't translate to the real world. You're more interested in what I've sold face-to-face. Well, I mean, I worked at a fast food restaurant for half a year or so. Just, you know, a transitional job. Oh, so you only worked there for half a year? We're going to have to take that into consideration. It doesn't sound like you're very dedicated to your... It was a fast food place! How dedicated do I need to be to it? It's a transitional job. You get in there, you do it, you leave, that's it. That's what it's there for. Well, actually, it's there to give... Frankly, I think fast food jobs are there to give high schoolers and such an opportunity to get into the workforce. without any consequence or anything of that sort. Easy schedules, easy work, decent pay. That's what fast food should be. That's not what it is. It's a career, but that's what it should be. You should have constantly cycling management in a fast food workplace. You shouldn't have one overweight, annoying, ugly hooker of a boss for running your restaurant for like 12 years and ruining the employees' lives. That shouldn't be a thing. It is a thing. I know because I've worked under one, but it shouldn't be a thing. So then, oh, well, we're gonna have to. Sorry, I have to figure out where I left off at before I started ranting about one of my former bosses. So then you get into the next one. Well, it looks like your last job you didn't leave that one for a better opportunity. No, I was laid off. I was laid off from my last job. Oh, why was that? Downsizing? My position was dissolved. The job that I had no longer existed within the company, so they let me go. That's what happened. That's how it happened. I have the paperwork for it, so you were fired. No! No! Those two things are different. Okay? I liked that job. That job liked me. My position was no longer needed, or rather my position was too expensive on the company's funds, because somebody wasn't managing money extremely well, or maybe the company wasn't making money extremely well. Either way, that position was deemed no longer necessary, and it was dissolved. And that's... I can't, like, be upset about that. That's just the way the cookie crumbles, so they say, as they say. But, you know, that does kind of look bad. You only worked there for 2 years, and you say you loved that job. I did. Again, position dissolved. Well, what did you do there? You want me to write that in this little 2x4 box? That one I should write. You're gonna give me a box this big, and I need to write what I did. Hang on. Let me go get my tiny hand. I did a lot. But what is a lot? Okay, well, let's see. There was multiple forms of customer service, right? The most important thing in any position that deals with the public should be customer service. You should please the customer first. I'm not saying the customer should always get what they want, but you should be able to tell the customer they're getting what they want. And they say, okay, that's not what I came in here for, but that does sound good. I'm happy. Or, in the worst case scenario, well, I'm not happy, but I understand that that's literally the best that can be done, so whatever. Sorry to have wasted your time. And go on with your life. And not everyone is like that. I understand that. You can't satisfy everyone anyway. As my wife's grandfather would say, I can't satisfy everyone, so I just put sweet and sour sauce on all my steaks. Good luck anyone who doesn't like steak smothered in sweet and sour sauce. Anyway, what else did you do there? Oh, well, you know, so there's the customer service. There's multiple forms of customer service. I dealt with the grieving. I dealt with business owners. I dealt with future business owners. I dealt with the general public. And I provided customer service in all sorts of different ways for each and every one of them. Okay, did you sell anything? Sell anything? Oh, you're telling me. What you want to know about? Did I tell them about how they could get a good deal on a picture? Yeah, you want me to tell them about how I every now and then hook them up with a slightly larger box for a few extra dollars to really fill that page in? Yeah, I sold some good obituaries in my time. Oh, you sold obituaries? Well, that sounds like a necessity. Not really, because you could do a free obituary. It wouldn't cost you anything. Or you could talk to me for 15 minutes, and I could convince you that you needed to buy an obituary to say the things you wanted it to say. Sure, it's only a list of great-grandchildren, but it's a list of great-grandchildren that Debbie would have wanted. And don't misunderstand, I never actually tried to force anyone into buying something they couldn't afford or didn't want. I just told them what they wanted and how to get it. And then, so that's all you sold? No, because after only a year there, they gave me a second and a third job. Now, actually, they gave me a second. And a third job, the second job was as a business reporter for a little while. I reported on businesses coming into and leaving the area. It was fun. The third job ruined it for me because the third job was we need you from 6:30 to about 8. We need you in the back doing what you normally do, which is writing, selling obituaries. But from 8 o'clock until 3:30, we need you in the front. Well, what will I be doing? Oh, you'll be helping with classified sales. Oh, so I'm just gonna like write classified advertisements? Yeah. Oh, okay. No, that's not what you'll be doing. That's your position. Your position is classified sales rep or classified sales associate, something like that. What you're actually doing is selling advertising space, selling classified advertising, preparing classified ads, managing subscriptions for customers, selling subscriptions to customers, all sorts of other joyous things that could not possibly be listed because they were one-offs. Please do not hit stop on my phone. That would be upsetting, Kitty. But yeah, I developed a lot of different skills. Well, we see that you didn't complete college. You're right, I didn't, because I was working a full-time job, trying to support myself out in the wilderness of this crappy economy. You expected me to finish college? No, especially if it wasn't going to do me any good, like it clearly wouldn't, because I know plenty of people who have college degrees who aren't employed. So yeah, great. What's that? It was in basket weaving? No, it was in liberal arts. You get it right. I'm fully prepared to admit that I went to college for something that would have proved useless unless I developed it into something else, and that's why I quit. Well, I didn't really quit. I just stopped going. And it's not that I just wanted to stop going. It's not like I was done with college. It's that a lot of things transpired. The entire world conspired against me to make me stop. And I stopped. And my cat is just hopping back and forth. And I really want to go back. I don't know what for. But the thing is, if I go back, I need to know what for. I need to know why. I need to know how I'm funding it. So there's that. And that's why I'm not in college right now, because I don't know where I'll go, what I'll be doing, or how I'm paying for it. Because, like an idiot, I listened to every single high school advisor who said, you need to get out of school and go straight back to school. You don't need to give it a second thought. You need to just go out there. And that's what everyone says. Everyone says it doesn't matter if you know what you're doing, just go. They're wrong. You have to know what you're doing. You have to know what job you want. And you should not go straight from high school into college. Yeah, it's a bit harder to transition from like full-time work back into college. Like, school is school, and once you get out of school, it's hard to go back to school. That's true for a lot of people. But the alternative is you spend 4 years pursuing a liberal arts degree only to realize I can't do anything with that. And even if I could, I probably wouldn't want to. Because at the age of 18, when I started this schooling process, I did not have a sound idea of who I was or what I wanted. But everyone in high school told me it was what I needed to do, so I did it. And now I've wasted my free 5 years of college funded by the government on this crap. God bless America. And that's great for some people. Some people get out of high school, go to college, they know what they want to do. I want to be a dental assistant. I'm going to dental assist. I don't know what dental assistants do. Numb you? Are they the ones who come in and stab you with a needle and then say, okay, you're good to go. Dentist will be in here in 15 minutes. Hopefully, you have insurance, because otherwise, won't make you pay an arm and a leg. Well, good thing I have insurance then. But yeah, like, I didn't know what I wanted to do at the time, and at the time I was working a full-time job to help pay for some of my college expenses, and the house I was renting, trailer I was renting. I spent a little bit of time living out of my car because I had nowhere to live. I could have lived with family, but my family was not agreeable. I was better off living in my car. So yeah. Yeah. And then we were talking about that guy whose blog post I read, whose blog post infuriated me to no end, which is why we're still talking. He just overall wasn't a nice guy. He didn't, and I get that the world's not made up of nice people, and nice people finish last, or whatever. And that's not how the world should work. But if you don't have any real advice, you shouldn't name your blog post real advice for getting a job, or whatever he named it. It was like how to get a job or something, or why you don't have a job and how to fix it. Some crap like that. I recall, I've already said this once. Stream of consciousness. Is that what this is called? When I just talk on and on without any consideration to what I'm saying, completely unscripted? I feel like it is. Some of it was scripted. That first part where I told you about the doctors and the nurses, technically I scripted that out earlier today. I guess I need to spend an hour tomorrow morning writing another 1,000-word essay that I'll post to the poetry section because I frame it as 12 stanzas of 100 words each on vocal.media. Is it vocal.poetry? I don't know. I guess I'll never tell you guys exactly what I was going to say about that dude who I didn't like, because I don't remember all of the article. I remember the parts that made me the most mad. Like when he said, if you don't have a job, it's because you're lazy. If you don't have a job, it's because you're lazy. If you're putting in applications and you're not getting a job, it's because you're lazy. What? No, the going out and putting in the applications is the not lazy part. Yeah, but if you don't have experience by the time you were 20, whatever he thought his audience was, it's because you're lazy. No, it's because I can't get hired at a job to get the experience I need. No. It's because you're lazy. And if, does it occur to you that I don't like being called lazy? Yeah, I hate it. It's the freaking... And, like, I admit that I am lazy. But my position is not because I'm lazy. It's not like I don't go out and look for work, or I don't sit here and record these games every day in an attempt to get viewership. It's not like I don't go out seeking viewership across the web. It's not like I don't put in 2 or 3 applications every day for different jobs in the area. And it's not like I don't stay in contact with people who might be able to connect me with jobs who just haven't yet. It's not like any of those things don't exist. It's not like I don't actively go to nearby businesses and be like, hey, are you guys hiring? And then put in applications and they say, yeah. It's just that it's not getting me anywhere. How weird. If your business is always hiring, and I put in an application at that business, and I am not employed within the week, the problem is not me. The problem is you. Okay? That's what I had to say about all of that. And like, if you have a job description, and my abilities do not match that job description, I'm going to tell you I'm not putting in an application. But if I know I can meet the requirements of your job description, I'm putting in an application, and you better call me. Because if I'm not the best, I'm one of the best for the job. That's a story. When I first got hired on with the commercial dispatch, it was my second or third interview. I don't remember exactly how many, but check it out. I saw the posting in the classified section for the commercial dispatch while I was working at Jack's. And I saw it, and I was like, that sounds like my job. It was like seeking editorial assistant to help with newsroom labor, prepare announcements, and manage, things. Like, it's like, it's a newspaper job. You get to do work. You sit behind a comfy desk. Have fun. We'll pay you good. We pay good. That's what it said. It said we pay good, not we pay well. No, it said, it didn't even say we pay well, but it was like, pay negotiable, things like that. Vacation days included, benefits, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah. So I put in the application. And a week later, maybe even less than a week later, I don't remember exactly. Oh, I got an email back, like immediately, like within 24 hours, I got an email back from the managing editor at the time, and he says, "Hey, I got your application. It looks good. We'd like to meet you. Let me schedule a date." And we schedule a date. I get up there, and I meet with him, and I'm nervous as all get out because I am naturally just nervous as all get out. And he's like, "So, here's some information from your from your application." And I'm like, "Yes, all of that sounds accurate about me." And he says, "Yeah, I was wondering about this. Yeah, I worked there. Yeah." And there's some moments of confusion. Like, there's a Hamilton, Mississippi, and a Hamilton, Alabama. I worked in Hamilton, Alabama. He misread my application as me having worked in Hamilton, Mississippi. And he's like, "I didn't know one of these were located in Hamilton." I'm like, "Yeah." And I give him like the general area of it, and he's like, "I didn't know they had one of those either." And I'm like, "Oh." And we didn't find out until like a month later that we were talking about different locations. Several months later, not even a month later. It's like several months later that we finally realized that he was talking about Hamilton, Mississippi, and I was talking about Hamilton, Alabama. But it was great. It's a great interview. He's like, "You did really well. Hey, our publisher and general manager are here. Come meet with them in the conference room." So I went. I met with them. They're cool people. Cool burn. They're cool people. And after I talked with them for a while, they're like, "That's great. We'll call you, let you know," which to me means you're not hired. And that's not necessarily true, but you get callbacks. I know. They call you back a week later. They're like, "Hey, you're hired." They have to look at other applications. I get that. So I talked to him a few days later. Probably about a week later. He's like, "Hey, I just wanted to call you and let you know we picked someone else out for the job. Sorry, I really liked you. If anything comes up, I'll be sure to give you a call back." I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I mean, honestly, I had high hopes, but I didn't really have high hopes. So I mean, I get it, bruh. I get it. I understand. That wasn't what you were looking for. Well, a month later, I get a call from that same number, and I'm like, "Holy crap! This is the newspaper's number." So I answer it. I'm in Walmart with my wife picking out groceries. Well, my fiance at the time picking out groceries. I answered. I'm like, "Hey, is this the managing editor?" I say his name, but is this the managing editor? And he's like, "Yeah. Is there any way you can come in sometime this week for another interview?" And I'm like, "Heck yes, I can come in tomorrow." And he's like, "Oh, well, I'll be out of the office tomorrow, but how about Wednesday or something like that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll come in Wednesday, sure." I get up there, and he's like, "Yeah, the last person didn't really work out." I'm like, "Oh, yeah." He said, "Yeah, there were some conflicts of interest. Would you like to, um, are you still interested in the job?" "Yeah, I'm still interested in the job. I'm working fast food. I'll be interested in the job until I die or get out of this position." "Oh, cool. So, well, let's go meet in the conference room again." We meet in the conference room, meet with the big bosses again. Everything goes swimmingly. He calls me back the next day. He's like, Come in. When can you start?" And we had already discussed this. I'm like, "I want this job really, really bad. But if it can wait 2 weeks, I'd like to put in a 2-week notice with my current job, which is only fast food. But I'd like to put in a 2-week notice with my current job so they can find a replacement because I like the people I work with. Most of the people I work with. I like the people I work with. I don't want them, like, boned because I just disappeared. And he's like, yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, go ahead, 2 weeks? Sure, so I'll see you, I think it was October 15th. And October 15th, I started. And it wasn't until a year later I finally worked up the nerve to talk to some of my coworkers about the previous people who had the job, and they were like, yeah, the girl who had it before you was great. And I'm like, the girl who had it before me? Or the girl who had it for a month before me? Oh, no. There were 2 girls before you. Between you and the girl who was basically permanent. I'm like, what? Yeah. Well, the first one was completely nuts. I was like, oh. I guess I can't use those in here. I was like, oh, really? Yeah, she was a psycho. Oh. Okay. What about the other one? Oh, she just was incapable as all get out. I like you. You're doing good. Those other 2, they were terrible. I'm like, whoa, what? They selected nut jobs over me? Really? Why can I not use this? Maybe I could have to use them in battle. And that's the story of the people who had my previous job before me. That's it. It was fun though. It's fun. It was a good job. I miss it. But I understand why I'm here instead of there. I like this better. It doesn't pay bills quite as well, but I like this better. Anyway, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. I have been talking for too long. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm gonna hit that outro button. There are instructions in it. If there's not buttons for you to follow those instructions, just follow the instructions without the buttons. You should be able to figure it out. You're a YouTube veteran, and if you can't, come back in 10 hours or so and those buttons should be up there, because I tend to realize I've made a mistake before it gets too bad. Anyway, again, thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Thanks so much for watching my video, guys. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like and comment down below. If you didn't, leave a comment anyway. Let me know what I can improve on, and be certain to click my icon in the upper right to subscribe for more upcoming content. I upload multiple Let's Play videos daily. In fact, there's another one right there in the bottom left corner. For more on this series, be sure to check out the playlist in the bottom right corner. Have a great day.